You hitting that?
Oh, God.
Are you?
This again.
You hitting that? You better hit that. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Here at Chat Sports, we're always trying to keep you guys having a good time, and we go live every single Monday and Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific. You make sure you're using hashtag NFL or Super Chat to get on the show.
Make sure you subscribe. That way, in 30 years, Mitch doesn't have to be creepy Uncle Mitch.
I'm going to be creepy Dad, Uncle Mitch. It doesn't even matter. We got Trill 1. What up, dude?
You said that like it was a good thing.
Oh, I don't care. Who's Defensive Rookie of the Year so far?
Good question. I still think it's Chase Young.
You still think it's Chase Young?
I still think it's Chase Young.
Just because the edge rusher, sacks.
Look, Antoine Winfield has been awesome, but we know how these awards go. They often go to the guy who is the flashiest player and the guy who was taken earliest or anything along those lines. So I still think it's Chase Young. I think Winfield's in that discussion. Patrick Queen's had a nice season. I think you can maybe even throw in a Jeremy Chin sleeper, but in the end, I think Chase Young wins this award.
Ryan H., Gruden and Brian Flores, Dark Horse Coach of the Year. I'm not going to give it to Gruden for the simple fact of they at least were halfway decent last year. I think Brian Flores deserves it actually more than Jon Gruden because of the big of a turnaround for Miami. But, I mean, Mike Tomlin's going to get a vote.
Tomlin's
He's 8-0.
definitely going to.
I mean, he's definitely up there for me. I mean, considering the fact that he's the first coach in NFL history, 14 straight. His first 14 years, no 500 record.
I would vote Brian Flores.
Yeah.
If they make the postseason, with the way that they have grown from what they were supposed to be 2 years ago to where they're going to be at the end of this year,
especially starting Tua,
that's damn impressive. This is the prince who was promised when it comes to Belichick disciples who are actually really good head coaches.
Ravens flock 410. If AB is playing, will anyone sign Earl Thomas?
My initial thought is yes, of course someone will sign Earl.
I don't know.
It is November.
I was going to say.
And it's not like, oh, yeah, Earl Thomas, we brought him in for a workout, didn't feel right. There was the link around Houston, and Bill O'Brien got fired, and crickets. Since then, there's been nothing around Earl. So
I don't think so at this point.
I don't know. I think the bridge has been burnt. But do you know what team could kind of need him?
Oh, boy.
I'm just going to mention, I'm not saying do it. I'm just going to say the Seahawks could use some secondary help. You could sign Earl Thomas and go play Quandre Diggs at corner because Quentin Dunbar and Shaquille Griffin are all banged up. Now, I think the bridge has probably been burnt because, normally you don't re-sign the guy who flipped off your sideline. But I'm just saying it might make some sense now.
All right, let's go to the next question coming in here from Mystic. Who do you think is the most uprising team of the season?
Houston, I'm pretty sure, threw a coup to overthrow Bill O'Brien, so they're probably the top uprising team. If you mean surprising team, is what I think you actually mean there.
So. I'm going to go with the Dolphins. The Dolphins, they're 5-3. They're 3-1 against the NFC West. They've played great this year.
I will go in the negative connotation and actually mention Houston in a different way. They've been really bad this year.
Yeah.
And I thought they would take a step back. I wasn't expecting this type of step back. So.
All right, next question from a loyal watcher, I think. Appreciate the Seahawks record predictions, and can the Seahawks win the Super Bowl if they bounce back and their defense improves? Also, which Seahawks guys will make the Pro Bowl? So.
Seahawks Pro Bowl. Pro Bowl is more or less canceled. It'll be different skills challenge, whatever BS that is this year.
I'll say 12-4 for Seattle.
Yeah, I think 12-4 is a good prediction. I was feeling good about 13-3. And they've dropped like 2 of their past 4 or something, and I'm no longer feeling as good as that one. But yes, they can win the Super Bowl, but the defense has to become like around league average. Yeah. It's almost impossible to win a Super Bowl without a league average defense.
My name is Josh. My name is Jeff. What rookie do you think will have a breakout second half of the season?
Good question.
I mean, I'm going to throw out a name. I'm going to throw out the name of Henry Ruggs, just simply because, he has been really, really slow with the Raiders so far, but he's still been able to get some work. He's got some explosive potential. Justin Jefferson's been great. CeeDee Lamb's been great. I'm trying to think of some other standout rookies.
I would like Isaiah Simmons to play more.
Yeah,
I'll throw that one out there as maybe,
that's
find
on
a way
Cliff,
to use
though.
him.
That's on the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah,
I don't know what the heck they're doing.
You can't draft a guy without having a plan for him. I'd like to see maybe Jalen Reagor gets going now that he's healthy.
Producer Dylan just said Tua in our ear.
I think you're kind of starting to see that happen as we speak, actually.
Where's Pablo? And speaking of the Dolphins, will the Dolphins make the playoffs? Well, Pablo, if you haven't already, go check out our Dolphins channel. Over 5,000 subs. Go subscribe, youtube.com/DolphinsNews.
I think the Dolphins have a real chance to make the postseason.
Okay.
The AFC is going to be tougher in the back end because you've got the Raiders and Dolphins and Browns and Colts all 5-3 with a real chance to get to 10 wins. This is why the NFL expanded the postseason to get an extra team like that in. I think you will see the 7 seed winning 10 games, and I don't think the 8 seed will win 10 games as well. So I think that has to be your target goal for if you're Miami. You got 4 winnable games in a row coming up.
Yep.
You got to get going now because your back month of the season is really tough.
So will the Miami Dolphins make the playoffs? Type Y for yes or give us an N for no. I'm going to type my N for no for the simple fact of I still think if the Colts can get in over them, I think they're the better football team. And I also think Miami's going to drop at least a game or two maybe that they shouldn't have. And that back half of the schedule, Chiefs, that's probably a loss. I think they lose to the Raiders. I think they end up losing.
That Raiders game
Bills
might
game.
be a legitimate playoff elimination game.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Maybe
will the
flex that one into
Dolphins
Sunday Night Football.
make the playoffs? Y for yes or type N for no. We do have another awesome offer going on here at Chat Sports. Make sure you guys are staying safe out there. Chatsports.com/stay safe is how you do that. Get yourself an NFL face mask. We have all 32 NFL teams, hundreds of different masks. They come in packs of 2, 3, and 4. They are machine washable. I know personally one of the best deals right now is this pack of 3 you can get for under $20. Normally it's $25. Also, Cowboys fans out there, you can get the red, white, and blue as well. They are America's team.
One. I love
yeah, I mean they've actually been coming out with a whole bunch of new ones as well. So continue to go check them out. Continue to stay safe. Do your part here in the country. Chatsports.com/stay safe is how you go and get yourself an NFL face mask.
By the way, we will put that link in the comments and in the descriptions just to make your lives a little bit easier.
Time. What teams are doing the most disappointing?
Okay, weird way of phrasing it. I think that the Chargers, because they just can't close a game, are up there.
Yeah, I mean they should have beat the Raiders this past week. They really should have.
That's like 4 games you were like, oh yeah, Chargers should have won that game.
No, we've never said that ever about the Chargers.
And the Cowboys in the NFC side for me.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Let's go to Robbie. Appreciate the super chat. Late to the live stream, but need to know for my fantasy team's sake, will Christian McCaffrey play? He's doubtful.
I don't know. It's
He's
early
doubtful.
in the week. My guess is no. I don't think they're gonna gamble again with their prime asset in Christian McCaffrey. They just paid in the offseason.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna say no.
Make sure as waiver wire comes, you make sure you have a backup plan. Hopefully, if you have McCaffrey on your team, you kept Mike Davis around just in case.
Let's go to J-Dog. What coaches do you think get fired, and who will replace those coaches?
Well, I mean, I feel very confident saying this, despite what the Jets might say publicly, that Adam Gase will be fired at the end of the season.
Yes.
They have to keep him now to ensure that they can properly tank for Trevor Lawrence. Doug Marrone is trending towards getting fired because, I mean, they're 1-7. They are secretly still in the Trevor Lawrence sweepstakes.
Anthony Lynn has to get fired, too. I mean, the Chargers continue to drop games, dude.
I know they do. I also worry, like, the offense is working with Justin Herbert. So, like, I am hesitant to, after 1 year, pull the plug with the head coach quarterback combo. I am focused on making sure Herbert is in the best position to develop. I might give him 1 more year. Because the defense should get healthier next year. And I know I'm not a huge Anthony Lynn fan, but I think that's a concern there.
All right, Mitch, what's your dark horse playoff team? I mean, I guess right now, I would have probably said the Dolphins, but they're technically in the playoffs as it stands right now. The NFC, though, is a lot more difficult, I think, for teams to potentially get in. I guess maybe the Bears. I mean, that defense is absolutely legit, and they say defense wins championships. You just got to get halfway decent quarterback.
Sorry, that's
you can weigh in.
That's you only. My bad.
Okay, next question. J-Dog, what coaching job would you want? Houston, Jets, Atlanta, or the Chargers if available? For me, this is pretty freaking easy. I'm taking Houston because I got Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, I feel like Houston is a good pick if your goal is like, hey, I can win now and I want to win now. I think that's your best bet because you have Watson. He's been an established quarterback. It's pretty obvious. After that, you got some options there.
Yeah, absolutely. So who's going to end up winning the AFC South? My mistake. The Titans or the Colts, which luckily we get to see some matchups going on in this one.
I'd consider Chargers, by the way, in that one. And the Jets, too.
Oh, wow.
Because I think I have a good GM, and I can get Trevor Lawrence. Whew. Like, that's really appetizing to me.
All right, guys, who's going to win the AFC South? Let us know in the comments below. Is it going to be the Titans? Is it going to be the Colts? Maybe it's going to be the Houston Texans or the Jacksonville Jaguars. If you guys want to get your votes in here, we would definitely appreciate that. If you've made it this far in the video, go ahead and drop us a like, or you can subscribe. If Tom and I missed your question, as always, you can always hit us up on Instagram and on Twitter. I'm at MitchellRens365. Tom is at What Going Downey. Braxton Brown, could this season be Derek Carr's best season? I absolutely think it's Derek Carr's best season. He's put up the numbers, the yards, the touchdowns, interceptions. He needs to definitely get the fumbles under control a little bit, but the other part of it is Derek's ability to pick up first downs with his legs. He's already got 10 first down runs this year. I mean, he had 5 back in 2016. He had 8 back in 2015. He had 9 last year. I think Derek's really been a lot better overall. So.
Yeah, and I think and I still don't know if it's because they are forcing him to throw it downfield or if he's now being allowed to throw it downfield. But that has been the most significant change in his play. Now that it is a full aerial offensive attack here, as opposed to what was very much a Dink and Derek offense.
All right, you got another question coming in from Braxton. Rod Marinelli replacement for Paul Gunther. Yeah, I mean, I think if Paul Gunther is fired, the easy replacement is going to be Rod Marinelli for the Raiders defensive coordinator position. Braxton, I don't know if you're subscribed to our Raiders channel, but please go check it out, youtube.com/RaidersReport. We got over 62,000 subs there. Yeti Grandpa, do you think Zeke will get benched? Okay. What do you think, man?
Well, this is not a new question. I've seen this a lot. Elliott is not the same explosive guy he was earlier in his career. He has one 20-yard run this year. Since, I think, 2019, Pollard still has more than Zeke, and he has more than Zeke this year, too. Elliott doesn't have the same explosive big play ability, and that's missing right now from this offense and from the ground game. Now, Pollard's done more of that. He also hasn't been as keyed on as Zeke is when Pollard's in as the lead back, so that is a red flag. I don't think Zeke gets benched. I would like to see Pollard get more involved because he is bringing explosive big plays to the offense on the ground, and I think the defense isn't keying as much on him. So take advantage of that. I think that's smart coaching there, but I don't think you see Zeke get outright benched, no.